So train your ISAs or VAs or whatever it is. We actually, in our last 3 months, I'm so proud to say we had 6 new realtors from Canada, Mark, and we set 293 phone appointments in 3 months. And I'm so proud.
Madness. Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark. I have Janki here, and really excited to talk today about following up, converting, and what we all love, closing.
Closings, yes.
Right?
So Mark, I'm going to share, I'm sure everyone knows us, both of us, but I'm going to share, if you don't mind, because we have such a short time, I want to share and I want to get most pointers out. Is that okay with you?
It is more than okay.
Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen, and this, I always like to bring presentations, Mark, because, we're visual people and people love to see what we have and how we do it, right? So follow up, convert, and close. My academy has done this over and over again. We started our academy in October, and we're full-fledged just training ISAs, VAs. We have follow-up courses. We have all this stuff. And one thing I always start is with affirmations, Mark. For me, affirmations are so important in the mornings. Words are meaningless without intent and follow through. Consistency is key in our business. I always say this repeatedly to my staff. And one thing I want to talk about is organization, right? How do you organize your leads? How do you create the different pipelines? And then what types of leads do you have? Because if you don't have a radar and you don't have organization, guess what's going to happen? You are not going to be productive, no matter how much you want to be productive, right? And you always want to kind of say, okay, what is in it for me in order to stay consistent and productive, right? Where am I going with this, and how is it going to benefit my clients and me? And in order to avoid, lead mix up and, different pipelines can cause like this, this really a lot of anxiety, this really tense feeling in your mind, and then you just want to give up. Have you had that experience, Mark?
I must admit, I have had days where I'm just like, I have this many reminders and I am pushing them to tomorrow.
Exactly, right? I mean,
overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, we feel this anxiety and we're like, okay, how do we send out relevant information, and how do we stay on task in providing them what is most important to them, most relevant to them? Because again, we don't understand that, our CRM is gold, right? But there's so much clutter in our CRM that we get so confused and overwhelmed. So that's organizing your leads and making sure that you have each one of them with a task goal in mind, right? Keep them in the loop, like campaigns, not only campaigns, but you always look, we've had increase in interest rates. The housing market might be, kind of sort of plateauing a little bit in certain areas, certain micro markets, right? Certain neighborhoods. So how do you make sure that you are staying consistent and on point with all of this information with your client, right? Relevant information. We always have different, things to talk to them about. Don't think that you always have information to share. So what I always say is share that information because it's so important. So what message in your campaign, this is so important. And we do something called Chime setup for our clients, Mark, or not clients, but for other realtors. And in Chime, I always say your campaigns are gold. What message you want to deliver is important. What is the benchmark? Are you setting that presidency of the benchmark of saying, okay, if this, then this, right? If this happens, then this is the action I'm going to take, right? That's a good benchmark to figure out, is this client really interested in buying or selling or whatever that might be? And then target, right? Have target dates in there. I always have target dates and I ask for a list. Okay, who am I touching today? Which leads are my ISAs going to call today? That's a target. And then within the campaign, make sure that you have relevant content, especially about the market today, research and message, right? That's so important to keep your leads in different varieties of communication. Just don't keep them in one area and then forget about it. I'm sure that's happened to all of us, right? Where we just say, okay, set it and forget it. But no, I don't believe in that, set it and forget it. I believe in like constantly making sure they're getting relevant information about the housing market, because that's what we're in, about the interest rates, about the different loan programs, whatever you might have. Newsletters. Oh my God, Mark, our newsletters have just amazing open rates. And I'm going to talk about that there. Bam. So relevant information, like I say, why is the right to, and this, look, we find it from KPM, KCM, Realtor.com. I mean, look, we always want to let our sources, give credit to our sources, right? So send relevant information, and by organizing your pipelines, it will make it more easier for you to send them. And our database manager is amazing at this. She will always make sure that, whatever we're sending out, we have a call to action on it. Our January open newsletter had the highest open rate. And that one basically was about, hey, how do you achieve your dream of having a home in this really crazy market, right? And as you can see, all our open rates are right here at the bottom. So, if the buyer's if the buyer came in through an AI, right, automated info, like automated intelligence, and did they say they need financing? 33% of those people said we need financing. So they're raising their hand saying, hey, look at me, I'm looking for getting a loan, help me out here. And so what does that mean? That means our ISA picks up the phone and dials, right? Relevant information. Building the relationship. I'm so big on this, Mark. With online leads, this is a system we have: text, call, nurture, ask questions, invite them to local events. And always, for those that have physical addresses, send them a note card saying, hey, I'm just letting you, would love to share market update with you. When is a good time for us to talk? I mean, just simple script, put it in your note card, right? And just send them out, send that information out, or send that note card out. That's your first thing that you do, is send a note card out. Second, if you don't have an address, if you just have an address, send them a CMA or send them a market update report in that neighborhood. So much you can do. So this is all of the information that we actually provide in our academy, Mark.
I had a question for you, Janki. How do you feel about the CMAs when you're blasting out CMAs? Are you seeing that's more of a popular thing nowadays, or what are your thoughts on that? Because I've been hearing this more and more.
Yeah, I do one-page CMA, only one-page CMA, and that has worked out really well for us, Mark, because instead of just doing like 10-page CMA, a client is a potential lead is just going to go crazy looking at all these pages. They don't know what they're looking for. They just want bottom number. So what I do is I send them a one-page CMA, and I highlight and then just put a note there. Just put this is for your information of what your property could possibly sell. By the way, I do not know what kind of upgrades you have made to your property. This number could change.
Yes.
To the point, get it out, right?
Love it.
But you want to consistently build that relationship. And how do you do that? Is by sending them information, by talking to them constantly.
Right.
So here is my ISA. Well, besides my ISA, our team, this is what we do. Initial contact, right? They come into the database, and we kind of like build a structure and make sure that the right people are being reached at the right moment. That is so important. Speed to lead. Okay. And then if they say no, they're just browsing around, what do you do then? You want to build that relationship with them. That is so important to maintain that relationship. Just don't go after the phone appointment. And if they're showing, listen to keywords, right? That's so important. Listen to keywords. When the ISA is talking, my ISAs are trained to listen to keywords. And if they say, yes, we're looking in the next 30, 60, 90, guess what? Yeah, set that phone appointment now. If they're saying, hey, no, we're looking the next 6 months, come out of curiosity and ask them, may I ask why you're waiting so long? Is there a particular reason? You never know, right? Nurture that lead, and then opportunity capture. When you're putting them on a safe search, they're going to come back to your website, grab that opportunity of the ISA giving them a call back. Property marketing, transaction, and closing. I think it's so important to focus in on marketing that particular property that they looked at over and over again. And Chime does give us that information, right? It says, oh, they watched this property 5 times, 6 times, 3 times, right? We get those text messages, right, Mark? So I think that's also important. And then transaction, never skip a step to miss a deadline. I think it's so important to make sure that we communicate adequately about that particular property. And of course, once we go into pending, we don't even look at that transaction, but we do keep in touch with that relationship with that particular client.
Mhm.
And then after closing, what do? We send them 3 month, 6 month, 9 month, 12-month anniversary. We send them brownies. We send them gift cards. We want to invite them to local events. We want to share information relevant, but keep it also about real estate.
Right.
Let them know, hey, you have built so much equity in your property. Constantly be in touch with them. So when they're ready to get a second home or anything, they have friends or family, you're right there in front of them, right?
I love that.
Smart plans. Okay, this is seller leads show high interest. We have a 50% of our internet leads close within 12 months that are registered. Within 12 months, why is that? Because we stay connected, we're top of mind, and they present themselves when they're ready. And these are all the smart plans that we have built out. Here are this is a 3-month campaign, email, text to buyers and sellers, right? So 3 months, within 3 months, if you cannot catch up, if you are not putting, again, these smart plans have to change according to what the market is doing. You just don't keep them as is. So here we have, a seller shows high interest. Here we have 3-month campaigns, and both of these right here, they are actually showing information. We're talking about relevant information. Mm-hmm. And I constantly am having my database manager change information on these.
And how do people get their hands on that? Is it going to your program or?
Yes, they can always reach me on Facebook. I'm always there. PM me, Janki Patel, or they can always go to our training academy. And I think we already have the link there. Jake always puts it there, but where is that? Okay, I'm just going to put it right here. I don't even know my website. That's how much my admins take care of all this. I don't even remember. Okay, it's trainwithjanki.com, I think, Jake. I don't even know.
So good.
Learn with Janki. There you go. See, I'm telling you, Mark, I don't pay attention to this. I am so much focused.
Hey, it's okay. The proof is in the pudding.
My focus is my clients. My focus is my academy, my ISA company. I mean, I'm totally focused on that. So some things it's so defaulted by my VAs, right? My admins. So thank you, Ian. Okay, so I'm like, okay, brain freeze. Anyway, nurture your relationship, your past clients. Call 20 new leads. Call 10, circle prospecting of past clients. Mark, I know we did circle prospecting the other day. I'm telling you, circle prospecting gained us about three listings in the past. And we set up about 3 phone appointments in the past couple of days. And we're constantly, calling our leads. And then we write note cards. I think that's so important to write and send out note cards 5 a day. Okay, here are our numbers. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about this. So 365 leads that were received, and Tristan loves to see numbers because, again, when you see numbers, you understand what it will take in order to have, it's a numbers game. What will it take overall to close so many, right? So 365 leads we received. We set 51 phone appointments year to date, month to date, which is April 1st to today. Our ISA set 51 phone appointments, 97 are for follow-up. Call us back within 48 hours. 23 have been converted. And what I mean by converted is that we're either showing them properties, we're either doing a buy-sell for them, we are either putting them in lender pipeline, talking to our lenders, or we are already sending them properties and we're actually going out there to show properties, okay? Currently, we have 5 pending and 4 coming soon. Thank you, Mark.
Let's do round of applause. Round of applause. Yes.
Yes.
These are really good. These are really good numbers. I can tell you.
No, but come on. Thank you. But the whole thing is, staying consistent and staying focused and building that relationship. I preach on that. And I always say my job is not looking at websites. My job is not really focusing in my business. It's working on my business. This proof of pudding is right here. And these are numbers basically. Our academy is what I did is when I write these scripts, Mark, it's actual scripts that I'm actually talking to people out there. And that's where when I see that the engagement is happening with my client, boom, I plug it in as a script.
Write it down. It's good to go.
Exactly. All right. In our academy, learnwithjanki.com, Mark, right there.
This is it. This is it right here.
So train your ISAs or VAs or whatever it is. We actually, in our last 3 months, I'm so proud to say we had 6 new realtors from Canada, Mark, and we set 293 phone appointments in 3 months. And I'm so proud.
Madness.
And we have video testimonials of these realtors and these ISAs who are seeing success with this. And we also have the class that we're running right now has 80 phone appointments set between 5 ISAs in just 6 weeks. So there you have it. And these are our different courses. And also, like I said, if you're looking for an ISA, we do train them, do put them on boot camp, vigorous boot camp that is part of the ISA course as well. globalsolutionsca.com, or just text, just PM me. Simple as that.
Well, I love this.
Yeah,
This is
these
so
are all
good.
the courses.
And also too, one thing I noticed is that your classes are obviously very effective. Like we always say, the proof is in the pudding. But it's something I noticed here is we go back to that last slide. Far left, 5 ISAs. The next one, 2
Yes.
ISAs, 6 realtors, 4 ISAs, and 5 ISAs. I haven't seen one that's 10. It's over 10 people at a time.
I don't, and the reason why I keep it so
This is good.
small, yeah, I want to keep it personal, right? Because I want
Yes.
to dive into your business and say, okay, what is your challenge? Where are you seeing a problem? And how can I help you with that? And that's why I don't like to have these grand, huge classes
Right.
until I know that I have another productivity and another trainer with me that will be able to replicate me. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it very nice and small so I can dive into your business.
Yeah, because that's something that would concern me is like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to send my ISA to get trained, but then are they going to get lost in the sauce? Like,
Exactly.
no.
Exactly.
Question for you. What about like really fresh green, like no real estate experience ISAs or realtors? They can.
Right here, Mark.
Yeah.
6 new Canadian realtors had joined. No, and they were actually in the process of giving their exams, by the way. And I was training them, and they were setting phone appointments for their team leader.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So 6
number 3.
realtors, exactly, and 6 realtors set so many appointments that there was it's something about bringing that energy to them, bringing that affirmation and mindset. Look, I'm not going to be hard. I'm not going to be easy on you. I'm going to be hard on you. But at the same time, I'm going to let you know this is not just glory, shiny tools. This is really going deep down into the mud and really digging in and building that relationship with your leads.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, and then of course we have other courses that are lined up here. I do have office hours where you can come in and ask me questions. It's free. But we do set up as well as train your ISAs. I mean, Tuesday, Thursdays are when the courses are. And of course, if you're looking for an ISA, we also have that service for you.
Awesome. And then we have here, let's see here. We have your website plugged into the chat. We have the recording plugged into the chat. Anything else you want to share with us as far as how to get a hold of you?
Right here, the best way to get a hold of me is email, text me, just PM me. The best place is my Facebook. Just PM me and ask me questions there. Someone of the other and my admins will definitely reply back to you, or there's a Calendly link that we can also send to you during the PM as well. I mean, in the PM, in the messages as well. But best place is learnwithjanki.com or globalsolutionsca.com.
Well, Janki, I just added you as a friend on Facebook, so it's official.
Awesome. Yes, I would love that. Definitely. Yes. So we are friends. That's great. I love that. I don't know why this is doing this, but okay. All right. So yes, here we go. I don't know why I did that, but are we done? Are we done? We're done.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Janki. Looking forward to the next one.
Yes. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye.